Welcome to Penn State People, a weekly feature of WPSU TV. Today we are exploring music as a hobby. Now here is your host, Jim Orlowski.
Thank you for joining us on Penn State People. Today with us is Brian Watson, a student here at Penn State majoring in music, which is now his hobby but may someday be his career. Brian, you play the saxophone. How did you get started in that?
Well, actually, I started by playing flute in 4th grade, and I was quite the failure at trying to play flute. And the next year, I tried saxophone because my father played saxophone when he was younger, and he was quite good. And that's how basically I got started.
Now, you played in a lot of different bands. How did you get involved in that?
It goes back into when I was in high school. I played in some college bands when I was in high school, and I did some summer sessions at some jazz camps. And when I got to college, especially when I was at the University of Kentucky, I hooked up at a bar one night with a band that I was playing with, and the owner liked my playing, and she hooked me up with some other people, and it's kind of a thing that builds. One person leads to another, and so it's networking actually.
Now, you play a lot of different kind of music. What kind of music do you like to play the most?
I enjoy standard jazz or straight-ahead jazz the most.
You were offered a recording contract last year. How did that come about?
That comes from a band that I was playing in Lexington called Pat Phelps on the South Side. It was a rock band that I was playing with, and we cut a demo after some studio time, and there was a contest called Decent Exposure, which encompassed like Lexington, Cincinnati, and Louisville bands. There were 96 bands in it, and they picked 12 finalists, and we won, to say the least, after some competition with the other bands. And from that, we won like some studio time and some other prizes, but we also had different recording company representatives that heard the bands play, and one of the representatives from Elektra Records came to the guy who was the leader of our band and offered us a contract. And he said no, he didn't think we were ready, which was kind of a shock to me because you really don't want to turn these people away, but he did. It was kind of a turn off there.
What kind of advice would you give to aspiring musicians?
To an aspiring musician, I don't know, it's something that you have to love first, I would say. And you have to stick with it, and you have to want to do what you're doing, basically. But my advice would be to try and do your best and to network with people to get into other things.
Okay, thank you, Brian. Please join us again next week when we explore another topic. I'm Jim Orlowski.
Take two. Take two. Fade up the music. Fade up the graph. Fade up the title. Okay.